All right, gentlemen, touch gloves. I gave you both some very clear instructions.
Stare down here, Hammer.
And I expect you to obey those commands to the letter
Compton,
of the law. I don't want any punches to the back of the head. Nothing in the kidney and nothing below the belt. Your opponent's on the ground for any reason.
Epps
Don't
didn't want a bar of it, did he?
The ground is a foul, and I will penalise you. You're going to catch and carry the opponent's front kick. Let it go if he takes a second step back.
Very, very serious. Brad McCarley having a chat. Seen that a few times in my life.
If you can't protect yourself, I'm going to do it for you.
Sorry, Brad. I love
Go back to your corner and wait for the ball.
Crap all the time. Now, we go to business for the CMT super welterweight. It is. It's 500 grams off middleweight, 72 flat.
Title up for grabs.
Right? Okay.
5 3-minute rounds. The man in the middle is
And
the
here we
Road.
go. Elliot the Dragon Compton, the CMT super welterweight champion at 72 kilos. In the red and black, Nathan Epps by way of Birmingham, England. In the blue, Brad McCarley in the black. Just in case you needed to know.
Brad McCarley's the guy not punching or kicking.
Yes. He's the guy who looks calm as Compton pushes forward. Epps very, very tall, it has to be said, particularly for a guy who weighed in a shade over 71 kilos.
It is. He's tall and lean. And I just want to throw out a quick sponsor, a quick thank you rather to our sponsor, Toro Athletics, Adds On, Gumdale Demolition, Tricky Trev, your champion, Pro Screen, of course, Muaythai.
Why'd you have to say Muaythai? Now I'm hungry. I want a muscle man.
AO Australia, Fusion Media, thank you. And of course, Jenkins Pilot Services.
Do a lot of heavy haulage, I believe.
And of course, our major sponsor, Gasoline Alley.
You tripped there because you start to drool.
I was just thinking Harley Davidson.
Yeah.
I'm thinking the best motorcycle in the world.
Super welterweight title fight here at CMT. A real filling out process. And this is how on any fight show you know the quality's gone up a gear.
Exactly.
Because the inside leg kicks and that sort of stuff start to happen a lot more in that first round.
Well, look at that beautiful head kick. And also, I just want to throw out a quick g'day to Mick Petavoli and the crew watching from Patong in Thailand.
I've cut my hair like Mick.
So cheers to everyone in Patong.
Just for the event.
Having a beer and watching the fights. And
Cheeky.
Mick Petavoli, he's been around forever and a day and one of the real stalwarts of Muay Thai and combat sports in Sydney, indeed Australia.
Yeah.
So enjoy Mick and the crew. And,
Fabulous referee, Mr. Petavoli, as well. As these two continue the filling out process. Epps has a really cool, cheeky, sort of right uppercut that he throws at the end of a combination. It's not really going to hurt Compton, but it pops the chin up just for whatever else comes after it.
I'll tell you what I like what I'm seeing from Elliot Compton. He's really on task at this point tonight, landing some good solid low kicks, setting him up nicely, mixing up his levels.
Very busy, 70-odd fights between these two men. A beautiful elbow, and that is not classed as a knockdown.
A slip.
He slipped after he got elbowed in the face, but hey, Brad McCarley is a much better judge of these things than me. And that has angered and incensed Elliot Compton, who pushes forward with a sweep.
Elliot's, as I said, on task tonight. He's also been switching out of range of that big lead thigh. So whenever Epps goes for that leg kick, Elliot removes the target like that and then looks to counter back.
Look at that. Half a step back, half a step forward, the old 1-2.
Short right hand.
His hands have really improved, Elliot.
And just transitioning well through all striking kicks, punches, knees and elbows.
And that's round one, Hammer, and I think Elliot Compton the busier of the two, but Nathan Epps certainly showing that he could be dangerous in the right circumstances.
I think Epps really needs to step it up and get up because at this point, certainly that first round was all Compton for mine.
And let's not forget, of course, it's Compton's title, so you've got to do a good job to take it off him as well.
Got to rip it off him.
Elliot's been very busy the last 2 months, tuning up a man who will feature very shortly, the gunslinger, John Wayne Parr. I wasn't going to say Australia because Warriors Way is not too bad.
Thank you. Thanks, Bex. I appreciate it. And if you're on Facebook, Instagram, check us out and post your comments. Let us know what you're thinking about all the action thus far tonight.
Here we go. Round 2 of the CMT super welterweight fight. Nathan Epps presses forward in the blue gloves. The champion, Elliot Compton, in the red gloves.
Elliot's boxing is looking...
Hands look good
nice
tonight.
He's put his combinations together, not one shots, not two shots, and threes and fours.
Nice little right on the way out there too, and gets out of the road, moving well is Compton at this stage early in round 2. two quality fighters, Hammer. You just get the feeling this one is going to be a typically Thai fight. It's going to build and explode at some point.
Yeah, just not wanting to make any silly mistakes, Compton. Like to see him move that lead leg out harm's way against the rolling leg kick.
And one of the things I noticed calling Elliot over a long period of time is because he is quite fair in complexion, when he gets churned up in particular spots, his opponents can notice it. When he gets red, it gets red really quickly.
Yeah, oh, nice catch and takedown, Compton. Beautifully done. But yeah, you're right. Compton has the same tanning features of myself.
Yes, the moon tan. Oh, the right downward elbow goes whizzing past the chin of Epps. But a couple of nice stiff jabs from Elliot as the taller Epps pushes his way in. Steve Compton, the father of Elliot, in the corner, calling for that jab.
Nice rolling elbow from Compton off the rear. Turning elbow off the lead. Putting it together well. Snappy jab.
And some claret coming from the above the left eye and rolling into the left eye of Epps. If that flows any faster, it could become a problem.
That's that right overhand elbow's done the damage there.
And see Elliot Compton there just indicating to Brad Vicali to have a look at it. I don't think Brad needs any help, Elliot.
Elliot is a nice guy and is a caring individual, and I'm sure even though he's punching
for the welfare
of his opponent, he still wants him looked after.
He's going to shout him a taxi on the way home after he knocks him out as he pushes forward. Epps is tough, I tell you.
Uppercut hook combo from Compton. Epps has the height and reach advantage, but at this point it's Elliot that has the superior work rate.
Well, you see in the last fight we called, Roberts had the height and reach advantage and used it with knees. Epps is only at this stage starting to fire a lot of long kicks, a lot of straight line stuff like we just saw there.
30 seconds.
Not throwing that push kick at all though, it's all round technique. The snappy jab off the lead from Epps is good. Good Brit.
You see there a lot of the times, Elliot's able to just pop that jab off. He shouldn't be able to when the guy's got an extra foot of reach on him.
Exactly.
A lot of blood.
Nice catch. Boom! Down goes Epps. Nicely done, Compton.
Epps looks like he's passion Napoli pizza at the moment. He's got blood over everywhere.
Once again, please make sure you support all.
Flowing. And Compton is on the money tonight.
You don't want to ever seem overly biased as a commentator, Hammer, but in this situation, what I want to say is, as we look at some of the replays of really good technical fighting, when Epps tried to use the long ranging techniques, it was too looping, giving Compton the time to catch. Early stoppage to Badano, and then Hayden Todd, last visit to Australia, beats Les Clark. So that'll be interesting. This one is far from over though. Round 3 action. CMC Super Welterweight title. Nathan Epps, the challenger from England. The blue shorts, whizzing past from the champion in the red shorts, Elliot Compton. Cage side is Bex Tui, and the other man is Mark the Hammer Castanedi.
And it's been an absolute pleasure. They've had a mighty fine time thus far with you, Bex.
Oh, thanks. Don't stuff it up from here. Still got 2 title fights to go. Brad Vicali in centre ring, centre cage.
Nice transition to the side kick, Compton.
Threatens to do it again. Epps is gun shy, drops his body. Could be very susceptible to an uppercut or a knee off the lead at the wrong time.
Just have a look at Compton keeping that right hand right to the side of his head.
Again, the jab of Elliot Compton is working a treat.
Yeah, just he shuffled out, took the lead foot out there of Epps. An international matchup, folks.
Yes.
Australia versus England.
Birmingham versus Brisbane.
There you go. Not often you see that sort of a matchup. And Compton sends the brick down.
After a flurry of punches, just throws him on the ground. If we're in Thailand, that's a huge score.
Yeah, Compton,
for Elliot Compton.
He's transitioning from striking to clinching, and the takedowns are on song for him tonight as well. To the body. Epps.
2, 3, 4, 5 shots from Compton. The key to this at the moment is the busyness, and it's putting Epps off his game. You can see Epps has all the tools. It's just that when he goes to use them, he stutters.
Yeah.
Because he's getting caught with that jab there, that annoying jab. Like a steel feather.
I tell you what, Nathan Epps from the UK has had 35 fights, but when you're looking at this fight, to me it looks like, you know, Elliot is the one with the experience.
Yeah.
He's not showing his experience.
Look, he could be
Epps,
anything.
you know?
The guy's 12,000 miles from home. Different people adjust to the gloves. Elliot's fought in the gloves 3 times. He also may not have fought someone the quality of Elliot Compton. We're looking at one of the best in Australia.
And that's, you know, that is really testament of a fighter like Elliot taking on the best. Because when he fights someone at his level, he makes them look like they're inexperienced. So, you know, Elliot's backed away from no one and fought, you know, fighters with much greater experience and prowess than himself in his younger age. And now it's starting to play dividends. So those losses perhaps early in his career are maybe going to be an investment in his latter fight career.
Certainly doesn't strike me as a guy who fights for his record, Elliot Compton. It's more of a journey for him as we...
And comfortable and, you know, looking composed. And certainly ahead on my...
Round 4 underway of this scheduled 5x3 full-tie rules for the CMT Super Welterweight Championship. We have every round going the way of the champion, Elliot Compton, in the red shorts, and Nathan Epps from England doing his most, though, to appear quite tough and capable in the blue. Mark the Hammer Castanini. This has been a real coming-of-age year, I think, for Elliot Compton, winning the title off Jun Lee and then defending your titles when you really become a champion.
Look, I think Elliot is you know, he's going to be a real force to be reckoned with in this weight division. I think he's probably not had he doesn't have to have a hard weight cut.
No.
So therefore his energy's up. So you've really got to make the trade-off sometimes and figure, okay, do I fight as low as I can and go in maybe a bit depleted, or do I make it more comfortable for myself, have the strength, don't worry too much about the weight cuts?
Great example of that is our main event, John Wayne Parr. I mean, the last few years, Wayne felt that 72.5, the cut was just too hard. And you know, and he has a power advantage over middleweight. And I think he runs into a little bit of trouble when he goes up to 74, 75, 76, starts fighting PK and Lidon. And those guys, that extra few kilos, that's a lot of whack.
It is.
It's a big decision to make as we see time call.
Was it accident, mate? Don't worry. Sorry?
I had my big
Yeah, he's
momentary injury.
It's just with these things.
Just a little bit of a warning about the use of the gloves. I don't think anything malicious in it by Nathan Epps, and that's confirmed as the two men come together in this 4th round. Touch gloves, and we're back underway. Compton back to work.
Compton held the leg and kicked. Switch, round kick. Elliot Compton, how do you do?
I'm glad you're here, Hammer, because I had no idea what that was. That was beautiful.
That was beautifully done, Compton. Got it on target, body, head attacks, mixing up his levels, changing angles, being ever moving, light on the balls of his feet. Compton changing.
That beautiful jumping, crossing elbow there from Compton.
Compton changing his attacking strategy constantly. So just when Epps, the Brit, thinks he's got it worked out, Compton changes it.
It's tricky, just very tricky. A guy who did that very effectively last CMT 5, Mini T, Daniel Williams. Another guy does that.
Another great prospect, obviously, Mini T from Perth.
Yeah, and like he throws Superman punches off the lead, and you know.
Fantastic prospect. Boom, there goes a right hand. Compton counter right against the low kick. Inside thigh. Compton comfortable. Ebbs looking for a gap, not coming. I'd like to see Ebbs use that jab a bit more, Bex. He's not using it at all.
Yeah.
He needs to set the jab, double up on the jab, throw the right hand straight down the tube, use his push kick.
We're in deep water here too. We're in the closing stages of the 4th round of the title fight. I mean, this is where you've got to get busy if you're Nathan Epps. He's got to try something new. Coming straight in is probably his only option. I only just saw him throw a push kick or a teep, and really we needed to see that in the opening rounds.
Again, moving around.
Compton really looks fit.
Oh, yeah,
he looks fit.
Yeah, and his reflexes are on target, on task, rather, and mixing it up well. Levels, tried for the head kick, caught the round kick. Beautiful reflexes, spinning back fist into the straight punch. Compton, another round for him. The mind, lock it away.
It all comes down to this, ladies and gentlemen.
Here we go, round 5, the final round of the CMT Super Welterweight title. Bex Tui with with you alongside Mark the Hammer Castanini, and Nathan Epps in the blue shorts needs a knockout, pure and simple. But you just can't see him getting one.
No, he's trying the low-high attacks, but I think Elliot is just being too evasive. He's moving, he's not being a sitting target, he's not being at the end of the glove or the end of the kick.
The call from the corner, Steve Compton, is to keep moving, and that's true. And not until this bell goes. There's a beautiful bell ringer of a right hand fired by Compton that the champ can put the bell back in. So spinning back fist.
2, 3,
And Epps
4,
thinks he's back in
5,
Birmingham.
6,
Getting rid of bedtime
7,
story. He's
8.
on rubber legs.
Waved off.
It is all over.
Deservedly so. Elliot Compton sits on the cage.
Defends his title in stunning form. A spinning back fist that'll have Nathan Epps tasting leather for months to come. You see it here. Rotates out, the right shoulder comes around.
It was an elbow, he got the elbow on. It was on a hybrid, it was going to be a back fist, but I think just where the head was placed, he caught him with that spin elbow, a la Michael Tomahawk Thompson style.
He's the best in the business, Tomahawk, if he's there.
And off the clinch too.
You've
got the range. You know
he actually gets him twice here.
He steps around, he set it up. It wasn't one of those hit and hope techniques. You see by the footwork, he actually set it up.
Proudly brought to you by Fusion Media. This bout was stopped by your referee, Brad Vicali, in a time of 56 seconds into round number 5. And your winner, and still CMT middleweight champion, Elliot the Dragon Compton.